So much of what's filtered out about me over the years has been completely mythological. I mean, completely exaggerated or downright untrue. And some of it's been true, of course.
For the past 29 years, one man has dedicated his life to watching movies, with the single goal of separating the ones that made it from the ones that ate it. That man is Richard Crouse.
Hey, you're here. Welcome to This Week on Movies. On this episode, we're going to have a look at why people are obsessed with obsession in the movies.
Charlie, where is my money?
Buddy, I got your money. It's right here. Oh, good. But
Charlie,
you're losing your belt.
Wait, Charlie, I can't hear what you're saying.
What was he like? As a boxer? Charlie was the top contender, #2 in the world. Then the fight game changed.
Real Steel, starring Hugh Jackman, is a movie about romance, a movie about redemption, a movie about obsession, and of course, a movie about robots. He plays an ex-boxer who now lives in a world not too different from our own, where humans don't fight in the ring anymore. They've been replaced by giant robots. Imagine Rock'em Sock'em robots mixed with Rocky, and you kind of get the idea of what a lot of this movie is about.
Can we get him a fight?
He's a sparring bot, built to take a lot of hits, but never dishing out any real punishment.
Complicating his rise back to the top of the boxing game is a young son that, frankly, he hasn't spent a great deal of time with. Now he has to look after the boy for a summer, and the young boy becomes obsessed with having his father get back to the top of the game. Now that's the heartwarming part of this movie, but of course, the part that we're laying down our money for, the part that's really interesting, the stuff that we all really want to see, are the robots beating the hell out of one another in the ring. That's why you lay your money down to see a movie called Real Steel.
I'm really angry at times. Sometimes I'm so mad I can't even breathe. If there's ever been a time in my life to just say, to hell with it, it's now. It started out as...
Conan O'Brien Can't Stop could very well be retitled Multimillionaires Just Want to Have Fun, as it details the 32-city tour that the comic embarked on after being dismissed as the host of The Tonight Show. Now, all the way through the film, he says, I just want to have fun. I just want to loosen up and get out in front of an audience again.
People that actually made the arrangement are never here.
But the undercurrent of the film is one of sadness. It's one of someone who's struggling to deal with a very deeply felt personal and professional disappointment in a very public way. It's almost like watching someone going through a bad breakup for 90 minutes. What's fascinating, though, is it looks behind the curtain and gives us a portrait of a public figure that we would never, ever normally see.
College of Knowledge. Howard Stern was initially offered the lead role in a big-budget election movie, but turned it down. What is the name of that movie?
That movie was called Man of the Year, and he turned it down because he had a prior commitment to a satellite radio show. Robin Williams ended up making the movie instead.
What was Lindsay Lohan's first movie?
Lindsay Lohan's first movie was The Parent Trap, made in 1998 when she was just 12 years old.
Why do I even try?
Hi. What?
Will you dance with me?
Well, I dance with you. What will you do if I dance with you? I'll dance with you.
Brian De Palma is one of the biggest fans of Master of Suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, and in the movie Obsession, that, well, obsession shines through, as it's not just a tribute or really an homage to the movie Vertigo, as it is a direct ripoff. Cliff Robertson plays a man whose wife and child are tragically killed in a botched kidnapping. Years later, when he's in Europe, he meets a woman who looks strangely like his former wife and becomes obsessed with her. Now, this movie is implausible from start to finish, and lots of it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but that's okay because De Palma skillfully builds on the atmosphere and tension that leads up to an incredible climax. This is a movie you have to see.
Hi, Hi, and welcome to Celebrity Picks. I'm here with Elizabeth Polanco, a stylist in the Lower East Side, and she's going to tell us about one of her favorite obsession movies, 1 Hour Photo, starring the creepy Robin Williams. So, Elizabeth, Robin Williams collects a lot of family photos in this movie. Can you relate to that in any way?
In many ways. I understand why someone would fill a void with something they're longing for, so he's longing for a family, and I, all my life, have been collecting shoes. I have over 100 pairs, and I mean, you can see where I've gone from there.
I really want to go watch this right now. How's it going to make me feel?
It's going to make you want to branch out and live your life. Maybe you'll count your blessings that we have digital cameras now. It's a must. It's a must-see on an obsession level. After watching it, I thought I wasn't even obsessed with shoes.
All right, so Elizabeth, thanks so much for telling me about 1 Hour Photo.
Thanks for
having
me.
And I'll see you guys next time.
If you search the word obsession on IMDb, you'll come up with 1,300 keyword matches and 36 movies with the title Obsession. The definition of the word is a thought or idea that continually preoccupies or intrudes on a person's mind. But why is Hollywood so obsessed with making movies about obsessed people? I think it's because audiences respond to passionate characters. Would Vertigo be a masterpiece if James Stewart was only so-so on Kim Novak? I don't think so. Or how about if Clint Eastwood's Play Misty for Me's fan stopped calling and just hung up the phone? Well, that'd be a pretty short movie. Or if you take the boiling rabbit out of Fatal Attraction, you don't have much story left. As audiences, we like to be pushed to extremes, or at least watch characters do extreme things, and obsessions can make for good fun at the movies. If you're still feeling obsessed about movies, how about some of these titles? The Whistleblower, about an American policewoman who uncovers a human trafficking ring while working as a peacekeeper in Bosnia, is a well-intentioned film that more often than not plays like an episode of Law & Order SVU, although with more exotic locations. Paranormal Activity 3 is 99% anticipation, 1% payoff, but that 1% is pretty good. The underlying idea that demons, or whatever they are, terrorize the characters at home is still effective, giddy, ghouly good fun. The Big Year was the biggest flop of 2011, but despite tepid reviews and terrible box office, this story of obsession and birdwatching is enjoyable enough, particularly if you like footage of our fine-feathered friends. The final third tugs at the heartstrings when it becomes more about the characters than their birding obsession. Best described as the Rum Diaries without Hunter S. Thompson, drugs, or Johnny Depp, Beware the Gonzo is a battle of egos set at a high school newspaper. Starring Ezra Miller and Jesse McCartney, it's better than your typical teen drama. Shut Up Little Man, an audio misadventure. This documentary follows two friends, Mitch and Eddie, who created a pre-internet worldwide phenomenon when they recorded their neighbors having loud, hilarious arguments. The tape spread far and wide, and despite the story's age, all of this happened in 1987, this entertaining documentary raises timely questions about our right to privacy. Well, that's it for our look at obsessions in the movies. Be sure to join us again next time when I'll tell you about everything that's new and cool and available for download right here on iTunes. In the meantime, remember, I watch bad movies so you don't have to. Thanks, Max.
You have just watched This Week on Movies, starring Richard Crouse. Guests of This Week on Movies stay at friends' houses because there is no budget to put them up at a hotel.